Hi, my name is Ikhsan. I produce under the name of Decemberkid, and today I'm going to show you how I work my drums in Ableton, but you can apply these concepts to any DAW that you use. So before we begin, I'm going to talk about drum patterns and sample choice. Drum patterns drive the song forward, and how the drum patterns are programmed usually define what genre the song is. So let me show you that. When you hear a beat like this, you know it's house. And when you hear a beat like this, you know it's trap. Sample choice also kind of does the same thing. What samples you use will usually let the listeners know what genre the song is. When you hear snares like these, you know that it's dubstep. When you hear snares like this, you're probably thinking of trap, hip hop, or R&B. That's why when you heard snares like this for the first time, you thought Skrillex invented a new genre. This is how important sample choice is to making your drums. So now let's get into the project. So this project is demo track 3 from Swindale's Cheesecake Pack, which is one of my favorite sample packs ever. You should definitely go check that out. Let's just listen to what we have so far in this 4-bar loop. So that's a nice little 4-bar loop, and we're gonna expand this idea into an 8-bar loop so it's more interesting for your song, right? So for drums, aside from mixing, because mixing is important for everything and you need to take some time out to learn that for yourself. Drums specifically for me, at least creatively, the 3 things that are important is pan, delay, and pitch. Keep those 3 things in mind while I work on this beat. So the first thing I'm gonna do is mess with the lead. So this lead is right on the beat, it's playing 8th notes. So if I turn on this metronome, it should be playing at the exact same time the metronome is playing. So I'm gonna solo it and listen to this. So the first thing I'm gonna do is delay this, and I'm gonna make this lead come in a little bit late. You can always drag the sample, like so. So it'll be flamming with the metronome. That means it's gonna go click, 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 like so. Right? That's one way of making your beats come in late. In Ableton, what you can do is go in the delay panel on the very right. You just activate it by clicking this button right here. And you can add increments and make it come in. So if I have it here, it's coming in at 12 milliseconds late. Like so. Right? Just so slightly. I'll go up to 30. And then let's listen to that with the whole beat on. Okay, so that's already way more interesting because the lead is coming in where it shouldn't be. It's coming in a little bit late, right? So let's just duplicate this loop. So it's 8 bars. And I'm gonna duplicate the lead. But I'm gonna only have it play at the second 4 bars. And for this one, what I'm going to do is pitch it up. So select all, shift, up, and I'm going to duplicate it like that. Another way you can do is go on MIDI effects, go on pitch, and click the plus 12 right there, and it does the same thing. I'm going to turn this down to -5. Sorry, -5. Right? So we've got the delay thing down, but I'm gonna make this come in even later than the first lead. So I'm gonna delay it by 50 milliseconds. The second thing I'm gonna do is pan it. So I'm gonna go to audio effects, type in pan, click the auto pan, and just put that amount up slightly. So that's how far left and right that your sample is going. And the rate is how fast it's going. Yeah, somewhere around there. I'm gonna duplicate it. I'm gonna add it on this one too. Let's listen to how that sounds first. So it should be bouncing all around your speakers right now. And for the second lead, I'm gonna do the same thing, but I'm gonna make it pan at a different rate. So these two notes are not playing at the same time, nor the same pan. They won't be at the same place at the same time. And it's just filling up the space in your mix, but all I did is just duplicate the lead and add pan and delay. So that's a quick tip on how to make simple rhythms sound a bit more complex. It's an easy way of making your songs develop faster. So the second thing I'm gonna do is mess with the snare. So if you listen to the snares right now, it's 3 layers. It has the main snare right here, and then 2 claps under it like this, right? First clap, second clap. So what I do and what I learned from Swindale's session file actually is what he does is he makes it pan wide. So 1 clap is playing on the left, 1 clap is playing on the right, and he's also delaying it. So 1 clap is coming in earlier than the snare, and 1 clap is coming in later than the snare. After the snare, sorry. So let's make the left one come in a bit late. And we're gonna make the right one come in a bit early. So I'm putting in a negative value here for the delay section, right? And it's gonna make it come in earlier. And the snare is right at the middle. Let's see how this sounds. Right? It sounds way more loose, but the main snare is still on the grid. It's just a clap coming in earlier and a clap coming in late, and they're panned as well. So this is also a great way if you're too lazy to mix your snares properly. It'll just sound wider. So even if your snare is in the middle and it's being blocked by a lot of layers, you still got these guys on the side and it's letting you know right where you are in the track. So we've got these 2 percussions right here already, and I've already panned them, like so, just to give them a place in the mix and to make the mix more interesting. And what I'm also gonna do is I'm gonna do the same thing with the delay. So I'm gonna make this come in 20 milliseconds early, and I'm gonna make this come in 30 seconds late. This is the shaker, by the way. And this is the cymbal. Or a cowbell, I'm not sure what it is, but it sounds cool. I'm gonna pitch the cymbals actually, so it's just gonna give some variation in this loop. So the first one I'm gonna leave it alone, and the second one, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to stretch it out a little bit. I already warped this one. Stretch the timing a bit out like so, and I'm also going to pitch it. So for the first 4 bars, it's gonna go down like this. Let's see how this sounds first. Yep, that sounds pretty cool. And then for the second one, I'm gonna make it like this. Yeah, something like that. Let's put these on complex though. So for pitch, complex is the best mode for warping, in my opinion. You should experiment with all these other ones. You can do some really cool stuff, but I usually stick with complex. So let's listen to it. And then for the last one, it'll go like this. Nice. So in my ears, it still sounds kind of empty. You can still put some stuff in. So I'm gonna show you one trick here of just really basic way of messing with samples. So this is a sample of a can being crushed, right? And I'm gonna take a bit of it. I'm gonna take this little section here, and I'm gonna turn that into a shaker. It's really easy. I'm gonna put it right there. I'm gonna warp it. And then I'm gonna fade it like this. So the envelope of this sample is similar to this shaker, see? It's going from quiet to loud. So let's see how that sounds right now. On beats mode, what you can do is you can switch this from the loop arrow into a one shot, and you can turn down the transients. So this mode will analyze all the loudest bits in the sample, and it'll isolate them, and it's almost like gating it, but it's just easier if I show you what I mean. So this is the full sample, and I've got beats on 100, right? If we turn this down, let's loop it. Let's turn this down. See that? It's like gating the room noise of the recording as well. So now it's only at 0. It's only playing the loudest bits in the sample. So you can do a lot of creative stuff with this, but for this one, I'm gonna turn it down to 39, and then I'm gonna fade it again like just now. I turn off flute mode, and let's see how that sounds in the mix. Yep. Maybe make it come in a bit early. Cool. So this guy is gonna go like that. Let's just add a few more samples in. That. Like that. Like so. And I'm gonna loop it here. One more tip for making things come in late or a bit early. If you select these MIDI clips and you click on the right arrow, it'll go by whole grids. But if you want slight delays, then just click Command, hold down Command, and then make it slide like so. And the result would be something like this. That's a bit too slow. Let's make it go like this. Like that. We're getting there. I think the pitch is a bit too low, so I'm gonna make these guys go even higher. There you go. Let's take a listen to the loop again. Nice. So that's a much more complex loop than what we started off with. It's much more elegant, it's more interesting, and it's very easy to do. You just saw me do it. It's just adding stuff on, taking stuff out, and yeah, I hope it's something that you can apply to your productions to make your ideas extend and be inspired to make another section of your song, perhaps. The second thing I want you to take away from this is originality. This definitely sounds like trap, right? But is it EDM trap? Not really. Is it Migos trap? Atlanta trap? Not really either. It's somewhere in between. This place creatively is a good place and a healthy place to be, to start being original and start to try find your own sound and not just copy your reference tracks. And I hope you learned something from this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Ignition's on every 2 weeks. We're gonna put this stuff out for free. So definitely check this out. Let us know what you want to see, who you want to teach, who you want to teach what you want to learn. We're here for you guys. Love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Peace out.